Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, I want to go over the summon events that's going to be dropping in the next few days during CVC. Speaking of CVC, make sure you guys check me out. I'll be streaming live on YouTube during CVC or shortly after the start of CVC. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. But also another quick bit of news is actually Plarium has dropped this really cool 5th anniversary quiz. And it's actually a really nice time here. So I'm going to jump in here real quick and show you guys what's going on. So basically, you guys jump into this quiz. You guys start the quiz, and if you answer 5 out of 7 questions correctly, you're going to get a nice bunch of stuff here. 500 energy, a legendary tome, barrel, 5-star chicken. Like, these are some good rewards for doing this quiz. So I highly recommend you guys jumping into it. 5 out of 7 questions. I checked out one of the questions, and it's basically like you can do this with Google very easily, so don't worry about it. Also, I believe you can do this again and again until you get it right, and then you have until March 31st to complete the quiz. So this is a nice little promo type of gift from Plarium. Definitely take advantage of that. There's a ongoing summon pool going on. I did a video on that recently. But yeah, in this video, let's talk about the upcoming summon events for CVC. All right, so I got the CVC events up here in the top left corner. So on the first day, actually on the 26th, there's going to be a progressive event for the following champions. So we're looking at, what do we got here? We got Helicath. Helicath was a past fusion. Excellent champion, enables a bunch of stuff for clan boss. Iron Twins, even Fire Knight, I've used him a little bit as I was progressing. He's obviously very good in live arena. Excellent champion, just a general carry for all areas, so definitely highly regarded champion there. What else we got? We got Pinthroy, I believe, sorry, he might be a banner lord. Pinthroy, I saw him. He looks like Timid. Sorry. There he is. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, Pinthroy is actually one of the few champions with the here we go. The AoE block buffs. So he's very good for Hydra. He brings some nice buffs for Hydra as well. Increased defense, increased accuracy. Just a general good support champion. I mean, if you get him, it's probably worth using for sure. But he's probably not going to be somebody you're going to be targeting. What else we got going on here? We got Underpriest Brogni, always regarded as one of the start of the hard fusions back in the day. His fusion was difficult back in the day, but he's also, 2.5, 3 years old now, I think. He enabled a bunch of stuff with the cadaver teams for Hydra, but not anymore. He's still very good for like just general clan boss and general support for all areas, so still a very good champion. What's next? We got Valkyrie. Valkyrie is actually featured in the Prism Pool event, and now she's featured here as well. It's kind of interesting. I did talk about her briefly. She brings one of the few champions that brings team-wide counterattack. She has a big shield, and it scales kind of infinitely. So if you jack up her defense, her shield can be massive. She has a pretty cool turn meter manipulation passive where she can boost turn meter on herself as well as decrease turn meter on your enemy. The decreased turn meter part does require accuracy, so keep that in mind. Still generally a good champion, can enable some stuff in clan boss and some stuff in Fire Knight hard if you guys need help there. Let's head to the voids, where the voids are getting a little bit juicy. So we got, what do we got here? We got half of the dynamic duel, Marichka, the Unbreakable. I want this champion super bad. As for, like, I have most of the void meta champions. I mean, like, obviously very fortunate and lucky to have them. But Marichka, I think Marichka is definitely super high on my wanted list for void champions. I mean, her and Yumiko probably. I don't know if I'm going to pull for her. I'm not really like close to Mercy for my void shards or anything, and I definitely can't hit Mercy, but I haven't seen a Marichka in a while. Marichka progressive event, so she's definitely going to be a massive prize here. She brings the cleanse. Her kit's just insane, right? She brings a cleanse. She has a big shield, strengthen. She has the A1 that sends ally attack, and then she has the super passive with team reviving. As well as obviously with Teras. If you have Teras, she becomes infinitely more valuable And then speed in all battles, one of the biggest, if not the biggest speed in all battles, I believe, 24%. Just a great, incredible support champion for her. Moving on to our next Void champion upper grabs. It's going to be a Sylvan Watcher, another old fusion, Emic here. He's one of the best carries in the game. He enables a bunch of stuff for Iron Twins, Shogun, Clan Boss. Yeah, this guy is really good. He does a ton of stuff. He has a very unique kit where he has Unkillable in his kit, just like Man-Eater, for example. So you can make Man-Eater teams. But he also has this, where it decreases cooldown. So he has something like a Painkeeper's decrease 1 turn cooldown for your whole team. And then he places shields on his whole team as well. He's a very cool champion, very unique champion. To have both of these in the same kit makes him incredibly versatile and unique. Great champion. I don't know if I want to dupe of him, because the way I have him used, I don't need to change his build, and then he's perfectly fine for me. But if it's your first one, he's definitely going to shake up your teams a little bit there. Okay, so that's going to be on day 1. So on day 2, not sure what the theme is for these summon events, but it looks like it's going to be nukers on day 2. You got number 1, you're going into Trunda here. Trunda, I guess the old queen of Arena, was queen for a long time. Her A2, I believe, still has some things that need to be worked out by Plarium, that Plarium is neglecting for many years. Doesn't look like they're going to do anything about it, so don't worry guys, I'm not going to get Trunda nerfed or anything. But she does insane damage against Hydra. That's where her new home is. She's basically the queen there. You pair her with a bunch of reset champions, and yeah, it's just absolute mayhem. I have a Trunda myself. It took me a long time to pull one, but yeah, she does a lot of work. Still hits very hard. She has incredible base stats for a nuking champion, 23k HP. Hey guys, she's an attack-based champion, but she has more HP than some HP-based nukers. Yeah, it's just an incredible champion. Definitely happy to have 1 or 2, of course. Moving on, we have Stultus. So Stultus again is featured in the Prism Pool summon event. So we have Stultus here. Great defense-based Force Affinity nuker. He hits very decent, and he has utility in other areas as well. He has an AoE stun here. He has self-buffing AoE here again. So double AoE champ with a double hit A1. And then his passive basically means he never loses his attack, so he can never be decreased defense. So his power is always at max, basically. And his passive allows him to basically have a special spot in hard dragon farming. So with him on your hard dragon team, he can definitely farm the dragon incredibly fast for you, because all he has to do is stand there, get hit by the poison attack, and then the poisons get redirected to the dragon. Actually, an interesting interaction. Personally, I think there's some inconsistencies there from Plarium, because this passive doesn't require accuracy to land the poisons back on the dragon. So a little bit inconsistent. It is what it is. I'm not going to say anything, because yeah, it's a small win for a player base again. Great champion overall. Good base stats overall as well. So definitely would be happy if you guys drew him. What's next here? We got Samson. He's a Spirit Affinity nuker here. I don't have him. He hits pretty hard if he has this going on. Hold on. He has a... Here we go. Plays an extra hit if this attack kills somebody. So when he does the extra attack, obviously this guy's going to slam the team pretty dead. The problem is getting the first kill. He doesn't hit hard enough generally to get the first kill. But his double hit here is actually quite strong. He has a very annoying A1, which with the stun and all, and then he has this chance to counter attack the attacker when hit with a strong normal weak hit. So it is kind of annoying because his A1 can stun you. So when he counterattacks, stuns you, yeah, it's just super annoying. And then he has the team buff here, and then into the double hit AoE. Can he be useful? Yeah, I've seen a lot of coverage on him for like arena and stuff, and then people seem to like him. But he's not going to be like anything like insane, but definitely viable. Coming up next, I mean, we have another spirit nuker here from the Skinwalkers, and you know, pretty much Sun Wukong will outshadow Samson in most applications. Sun Wukong is just an incredible champion. I can't believe we got this guy for free. He's super relevant in arena still. This A2 just blows up teams. It kind of surprises you sometimes. But it's incredible. You can build him as a full damage dealer or a support champion with high accuracy. But yeah, like I said, his A2, if you target the enemy team's lowest health champion with this, the excess damage would just splash through the whole team and then just wipe everybody out. His A3 has some utility with the buff stealing and then block buffs. Very annoying in live arena, especially if you don't have a cleanser, for example. His passive makes him awesome. After 3 turns, he comes back with full turn meter and full HP. He's an instant threat if you can't shut down this revive. And then he has the pretty big speed aura in arena. Very nice to see like a damage based champion with the speed aura in live arena. So great champion. Yeah, hits pretty hard, has good base attack as well. Yeah, has overall very strong utility. I don't know if I want 2 of them, but if it's your first one, he's gonna get used a lot. So let's keep going here. What we got? And then we got the big voids here, the big void daddies. The other half of the partner of terror. We got Teras the Fierce. Teras up for grabs in a 15x progressive, 25x progressive event. You know, the last Teras event was in August. I pulled for Teras. I got him, and my life was a million times better. This best champion in, you know, one of the best champions in the game. He's one of the best, probably non-mythical damage dealers. And even if you count mythicals, he's probably going to be in the conversation to be the best nuker still. King Narcissus brings him down a peg because King Narcissus actually counters him. Otherwise, there's no real other champion that really counters him. Like abilities counter him, like block damage, for example. So Helicath kind of counter him. But yeah, he's just an incredible champion. Hits super hard in his A2. Also brings a stun for no reason other than just to be incredibly strong. His AoE here has no limits. So if you have like a million buffs on everybody, this move is going to do an incredibly high amount of damage. It is on a 4 turn, which can be annoying sometimes. But yeah, this move hits super hard. Even his A1 is a very decent A1. It brings team-wide turn meter and a decreased attack. Be careful with the debuffs on him because he can get sheeped. Obviously, you want to prevent that, so you might not want to build accuracy on him, or keep the accuracy as low as possible. For this move, you want to keep the attack as low as possible so that you can benefit from the double damage condition. And then he has some passives here that makes him a unstoppable tank. So his passive here, he basically neutralizes attack-based damage dealers, weakening them up to 50% over time. So your attack-based damage dealers versus Teras get weaker and weaker over time. At the start of every fight, he fears these factions automatically. It's a good and bad thing because, for example, against Warlord, it basically makes Warlord has to be forces enemy warlords to have to be in stone skin. Otherwise, it's a 50-50 flip whether they're going to get a turn. The negative of this is that because you're placing debuffs, you have a chance to get sheeped. And trust me when I say that. That's one of the most frustrating things is when your Teras gets sheeped at the start of your turn, and at the start of the game, the start of the match, and you basically lose the fight because he's a sheep. So it's very frustrating. It's a low chance, of course, but yeah, very frustrating stuff. And then his Superman passive here basically reduces all incoming damage by 50%. Why does Teras have that? I don't know. Just to make him even more insane. I mean, he's a damage dealer that has half damage reduction towards himself, which is insane. So yeah, he's an incredible champion. He's HP base, hard to kill, and he has a passive that makes him hard to kill. He has a passive that gives him CC. He has a passive that reduces enemy effectiveness, enemy damage dealer's effectiveness against you. He hits like a truck. He has base stats like a support champion, but he hits like the best damage dealer in the game, and he probably is. So is he worth going for? Of course. Is it worth it for your account? You know, that's up to you to decide. Obviously, you try to go for him if you try to go for these void progressives if you're close to Mercy, so you can at least plan it in a way that you can get some benefit out of it. The other void legendary on the same day as Teras will be Tunisia. She's actually a really good champion. She has an AoE HP burn, AoE stun, single hit, TM drop here, and it hits really hard actually. Her A3, A1 decreased defense. She's mainly a PvE champion. Whenever ally is under HP burn, this champion is immune to all this stuff. Whenever ally receives freeze, 50% replaced with HP burn. Yeah, like his passive's not too insane, but basically AoE stun, AoE HP burn, and then single target smack. She hits pretty good, but she's mostly a PvE champion. You can use her for Hydra as well. Her HP burn doesn't get stopped by the poison cloud, which is kind of interesting. She can solo, I believe, some spider content. I've seen her solo some spider content. I forgot what stage, maybe stage 24 or 25 or something. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. She's a good champ, but definitely not in the levels of Teras or Marichka, of course. But yeah, anyways guys, that's gonna be it for the events that are coming up for CBC. Best of luck if you guys are pulling. Do I recommend pulling and gambling for these? Not really. Like I said, you guys really want to be close or know where your Mercy is. So for example, I'll show you guys my Mercy here. RSL Helper. So my Void Mercy is at 35. My Ancient Mercy is at 70. Not really super like high or anything. And I don't have enough Void shards to make Mercy on my Voids. Mercy basically for Void starts at 200. So after 200 Void shards, each Void shard will gain an additional 5% chance. So you're basically guaranteed a Void legendary after 220 Void shards. That's the theoretical maximum. But of course, probability wise, you're probably never going to reach 220. On my second account, I think it's a little bit more favorable. 145s. I might pull for Teras or Marichka on my alt account actually. I do have 86 void, so I can hit Mercy. So I have to think about that a little bit. Either one will greatly improve my teams. I think I want Teras over Marichka on my alt, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, let me know what your plans are for CBC and these events. If you guys are pulling, like I said, I don't really recommend it. If you guys are whaling out, then it doesn't really matter. But if you guys are watching your void counts and all that, make sure you guys are close to Mercy. Before pulling, make sure you guys keep track of the time and which event is currently active. Like I said, one day, each day is different. So one day is Marichka, next day is Teras. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you all. Hopefully you guys have a great Monday and the start to the week. And I'll see you guys in the next video.